Hello, and welcome to Pod of the Week, a place where I get to share my thoughts on pods I think you need to know about. Today, I'm continuing with, African excellence or podcasts from the African continent that will add value to your life, and this is another podcast which I think would add value. And this podcast is specifically for husbands. My wife and I have 2 kids, fantastic daughters, and we love them to bits. But as a husband, there's certain things that we as husbands need to do in order to show up for our families, show up for our wives, show up for our kids in the best way possible and lead our families forward. And this podcast deals with that conversation. What does it mean to be a husband, a good husband? And ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite you to the podcast. And this podcast is called The Husband Podcast, hosted by Blaque, Nubon. This is from the African continent, and these are fascinating, important conversations. How do we even deal with systemic issues which actually stems from us as males not showing up, as husbands, as fathers not showing up? So if you want to know what it sounds like, have a listen.
Has never been loved or was not loved. There's no criminal in jail right now that grew up in a perfect household. A healthy household, one that was where there was love. If they did and they end up in there, it would have been out of choice.
A lot of us, if we now tell all the ladies to leave the room, and I'm like, yo, comrades, how many of you watch porn?
Yeah.
Hands would go up very quickly.
Yeah.
Right? How many of us struggle with, beating the meat? Hands would rise.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's not the issue. That's the presenting issue.
Yeah.
What's the thing under, what are you afraid of?
Yeah. What's the roots?
And once we start dealing with the fear that expresses itself in watching porn, finding many women, whatever, right? Then identify it. I actually have fear.
Yeah.
Cool. Now let's pause everything else. Forget your lust. Forget why you're afraid. Marriage is not a give and take. Marriage is a give and give and give. And that's why I understand when other people are like, well, I don't want to do this. Yeah, it's fine. If you don't want to give, don't do this. Because this is going to require you to give and give and give and give.
Yep.
But if I'm giving and my wife is giving, then none of us are lacking. Right? I don't have to fish for appreciation if she's giving.
Yes.
And she doesn't have to call me to step up from the couch if I'm giving.
We grow up being told that the only celebration that means the most comes from a woman.
Yeah, sure.
And it's like, now you grow up and you feel like the man when women say you're the man. And the real men are looking at you and going, you a punk. Why? Because you flaunting your car, your clothes, you messing around with sisters, you can't even be faithful to one. And because they blinded with what you wearing and how you carry yourself, you smell good and you think you're a real man. Nah, you a punk.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to That Husband Podcast with me, Blaque Nubon. Here we are husbands who aren't where we want to be, but certainly are not where we used to be. We are imperfect, always failing forward, trying to know better so that we can do better.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to That Husband Podcast with me, Blaque Nubon. This is where husbands try to know better so that we can do better. Before we jump into this episode, shout outs to everybody who's been supporting us. If you're new around these streets, make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button, you're hitting the notification bell so that you're updated on every single episode we drop every Wednesday at 11:30. 2 ways you can continue supporting us. One, you can go onto thathusband.com. The episode you're about to watch is from our live podcast recording called Beans and Bonds, and there's more tickets for further Beans and Bonds on thathusband.com. So make sure that you are purchasing that.
So if you're looking for a podcast that will challenge you, inspire you, apply the right sort of pressure in order to rethink, reimagine what does it mean to be a husband, a man, and a father, then this is a podcast for you. So remember, podcasts are not for some, they're for everyone.